I'm a big movie fan. I've seen many of your movies, whether you talk about Tare Zameen Par, Dangal, Lagan, Three Idiots. You know, and you have this incredible ability to make movies that have incredible cinema with mass appeal, and they have great learning in them. And I don't know whether you do it by design or by accident, but you do that magically. So how do you do that?
Well, you know, actually, filmmaking is not one person's, it's not a one-person thing, you know, it's a number of people who come together to make a film. And it all begins with the writer. The writer is the person who starts it off by thinking of a story. And then the director gets involved, the producer gets involved, and at some point the actor comes in. So it's a piece of work, a film is a piece of work which is actually a result of a number of people coming together. So if you have liked a film, you know, the fact is that people look at the stars and assume it's my film, you know. But actually it's not just my film, it's the writer's film, the director's film, and I'm one of the persons contributing to the film. So I've had the good fortune of working with some really talented writers and directors, and I've had the good fortune of having come across some great stories which I've loved and which have been told very well, and I've worked with a team of people who have, you know, each one has done such wonderful work, and that has ended up becoming the film that you have liked so much. So it's you know, it's a lot of us coming together. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie, a favorite role, a favorite actor?
A favorite actor, yes. I do have, I think Dilip Kumar is one of my favorite actors who I've seen. Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors.
And favorite movie and favorite role, perhaps your...
Oh, my own?
Yeah.
You know, I find it very difficult to select from my own work. I'm emotionally close to all of it. It's very difficult for me to be objective, you know. So I find it very difficult to answer.
Well, Tare Zameen Par is my favorite movie of yours, so I'll tell you what I like at least.
Okay.
Look, you know, you've obviously been very successful, Aamir, and you know, I'm assuming it's more than just talent, because a lot of people are very talented and have not been as successful. Talk a little bit about your work ethic, you know, how do you, your approach to your work, like we have our approach to our work in the technology industry.
I think that, like in every profession, I think what's really important is the love that you have for the work that you're doing, the passion and love that you have. How hardworking you are, how much you apply yourself. All of this really matters. But I have to say one thing, that this is one field, filmmaking or this world of films and acting, this is one field where your talent, your hard work, your passion, your abilities, your work ethics, all of this is not necessarily directly proportionate to your success. So this is one field in which you'll find people who are not very talented, who actually are not hardworking at all, are very lazy, but they do really well, yeah. I'm not joking. And then there are people who are very hardworking, they're really talented, and you feel, yaar, what an actor, yeah, what an actress. But they don't manage to achieve that kind of success that they should have got, that the success that they deserve to get. So I always say that this is one profession where you may be very talented, you may be very hardworking, but you may not be as successful as the next guy. And that is that X factor, which you can't put your finger on. What is it that people like about a particular actor, you know, who may not be as talented as the other? What is that intangible thing we can't explain? You know, what makes me a star and not the other person? It's a very difficult thing.
But it's more than luck, I'm assuming and hoping.
Some of it is luck. See, luck is something, I mean, I don't believe in luck in that sense. So luck is the word I give to certain things that, to describe things that have happened in the past. Ab ye cheez hui hai. It was my good fortune that something happened which I was not in control of, but it happened. So I give it the name of luck. But I don't, you know, use the word luck in the future. I hope I'm lucky that something happens. I don't depend on luck.
Let's move a little bit. You know, when we met earlier this year, you were talking a lot about feelings. And it's important to express your feelings. And oftentimes when you want to appeal to people's minds, you have to appeal to people's hearts, right? And we work in an industry, it's the technology industry, where oftentimes, and maybe perhaps as a country as well, if I can go so far, we're oftentimes told to curtail very emotive expression of our feelings, right? And especially in more professional services jobs. So talk a little bit about that, because that's such an important, powerful way of actually getting to people.
I feel that, storytelling is such an important part of our lives. It's such an important part. Right from the childhood, I remember my mom used to tell me stories. The cook in our house, she used to tell us stories. My grandmother used to tell us stories. And now me and Kiran, we tell Azad stories. So I think storytelling is, very deep-rooted in all of us. So whenever we want to make a change, make an impact, I think that is, fundamentally, I've always felt that, there are two ways of approaching things. You can either approach things from the top. So if you want that there should be no more female feticide, you can make a law about it, and there are wonderful laws on it. But that has not changed the outcome. Because female feticide is a crime that is planned in a bedroom. You can't have a cop in every bedroom. So will the law change things? No, it's not going to change things. It'll only happen when you change hearts. So you have to start from bottom instead of up. क्योंकि ऊपर से आप लॉ डालोगे, पॉलिसी करोगे. But वो पॉलिसी जब तक मुझे अग्री नहीं होगी तो मैं करूंगा ही नहीं. It is only when I feel that, yaar, I don't want to kill my girl child. Yeah. When I feel that, then there is no need for a law.
No, it's incredible, Amir, we must say, the kind of mass visibility you brought to issues on such a scale with such humility and such love was quite incredible. So it's really been a terrific movement. So thank you for that. One of the stories you also shared in another conversation I heard you had was that it was a very emotionally difficult time for you when you were making Satyamev Jayate, because you went up and down. And I remember you shared this story which said that, there were times where you wanted to give up. It was just not worth it. It was so deep and so dark. You didn't think anything could be done. And then you'd meet someone who had no political capital, no economic capital, no social capital, doing amazing work despite all the odds. And that would be your reason to carry on. Can you share a story or two of those kinds of people?
I think almost in every episode, we used to go through this roller coaster of emotions, Because when you're researching any topic, as material gets thrown up, I used to get more and more depressed. I used to be crying. I cry very easily. So I used to get very badly affected by what I used to see in the research. And then as I was telling you that day, suddenly there would be one person who would come up in the research, and that person has no financial power, no political power, nothing. But वो ऐसे चट्टान की तरह खड़ा है. He's got so much courage and has such a big heart that one person in a small corner of India will inspire you and feel कि यार नहीं यार. There is hope. And hope is the most wonderful thing. Because hope can, make you achieve, you can achieve almost anything if you have hope with you.
Well, that's of course a duo that you may not have seen earlier. It's Vishad Premji questioning and quizzing Aamir Khan from social issues to, of course, work ethics.